Hey, Spiritual Chuck here. I just woke up from a dream that I remembered, which I don't do very often. Um, and I dreamed that I got a hold of this 1970s, 1976 bicentennial edition Cadillac. It was painted red, white, and blue, like a bicentennial uh, celebration flag thing. Remember in 1976 they had these bicentennial edition everything, right? Cadillacs. But I mean, this thing was painted red, white, and blue, like unbelievable. And I had to stop and get some. I got a new set of tires on it, and I started driving it uh, across the country on a trip. And but I was actually like trying to sell it, trying to get the best price for it. And I remember letting this guy drive it. First, I let some people see it, and they didn't like it. They shunned it. And then I let this, and then I gave this guy a test drive. I was with him in the car, and he kind of drove down this big waterway. I don't know, something or other, and made a big, big U-turn. Like he was hauling ass. It was just a big concrete viaduct or something, and he was just leisurely hauling ass through this. Excuse my language. And coming back through it and telling me about why. I said, so why do you think, people don't like this car or something? Why am I getting this reaction to this car? And he's just trying to tell me that, well, people don't think this way anymore. This is the way America, used to be. Uh, you know, and I'm thinking, yeah, I think I know what he's talking about. Like, it used to be, industrial skies full of smoke and, just a wasteland of byproducts and gluttony and overuse of Mother Nature's resources, and just worldly overdoing everything, right? That kind of mentality is what I was beginning to realize. And then that's when I woke up and I needed to pee real bad. I hadn't prepared for that, so I had to just about anyway. And then I'm thinking, after that, I'm thinking, isn't that the way America is now? I mean, they claim to be so resourcefully, conservative, and everyone's driving cute little Audis and, cute little Chryslers and cute little Dodges. And look at the cars. Brand new, pristine. I'll tell you something. I went through the heart of the heartland, and we'll even go into Georgia. Just down the road was, Talladega Speedway, and I've been to the Indy 500. That's old. When I was in, golly, I forget when it was. And, I was watching all that stuff when I was a kid. I had motorcycles and Well, look at motorcycles today. It's not dirt bikes like it was when I was a kid. It's Harley Davidsons, and BMWs and touring bikes and stuff like that. There's just as much decadence, is what I'm trying to say. It's just all shined up. And they say, well, we're not using the resources as much, Or, yeah, they are. There's just as much. They're just not making such a mess of it. It's the same world, hasn't changed. Okay, and now I want you to just hold that in your head for a minute. And then I want you to move your mind into thinking about the natural world and what are the strangenesses of nature that people have perpetuated. Give you an example. The Loch Ness Monster is supposed to be a terrifying creature, and then there's supposed to be Bigfoot, and he's supposed to be a terrifying creature, and then there's supposed to be in more or less anything that's come through the pipeline of information about nature, has really not been that bad compared to the pipeline of, let's say, aliens or alien abductions, or how about this? How about genetic altercation of the species for all the way back to the giants and before, when we were supposedly, it came out that we were originally, genetically designed to last forever, kind of like the Earth, where the Earth is genetically designed to perpetuate itself, providing there's no cosmic collisions or, universal happenstance, that the Earth is pretty much doing just fine, or was, and will continue to do that benevolently. In other words, it's innocent in its innocence, and that our innocence has been, corrupted somehow. And so that would connotate a malevolent being, somebody that's not good for us in our original creation. We were altered, and not necessarily in a good way. So we're looking at that. So in light of those two observations, we can think about what Yeshua said when they crucified him on the cross. He said, forgive them, they know not what they do. And it's like, well, we didn't know what we were doing in 1976 when we were developing all these big cars and pumping out all this stuff. And why didn't we know what we were doing? Because, we had been messed with. Otherwise, we'd been happy in the woods, or whatever, with none of this technology would have been developed, and we'd be more or less as happy as a dolphin, So now, if we're smart, we're supposed to, and we're rich, we're supposed to be eating non-GMO food, non-genetically modified organisms. And it's like, well, where's the measuring stick for that? How can you prove that it's not been genetically modified? And from how long ago? And what species? And, uh, I mean, there's so much silliness going on. It's absolutely across the board. And we just start, I don't know, in this Kali Yuga age, 3 days of earnest yearning will take us to God, supposedly. It's like, why? Because everything is accumulating, or is it speeding up, or is it? And I made another video about that. But, I mean, really, folks, did I get you thinking yet? So today for breakfast, I had a 1,000,000-year-old species of wheat that grew in the wild forests, and every now and then. And that's what I had for breakfast. This journey has been an extrication of me from mainstream thinking, society, information. I don't watch mainstream on my phone or anywhere, unless I'm walking through a gas station that has a TV on or a radio on, and they're playing reruns of songs over and over and over, that have been around for forever. I'm just not exposed to. I'm not watching TV mainly. In the United States, that's what mainstream is: TV. And the news is absolutely convincing. These people with their suit and ties and their ideas and their products and everything are just doing everything they can to convince you this is reality. You can say that Americans have done it to themselves, or you can say that the Europeans have done it to themselves, or that South Americans have done it to themselves, or but it's like, who's doing what to who, for what, for how long? And so really we get back to what would be the ultimate value in a darkroom meditation retreat for a long time, maybe more than once, to get away from all of this for a minute and just kind of get back to nothingness, and see from where all of this something has come from, because it's a whole bunch of something that came out of everything that we could call one universe, God, that produced a whole bunch of gods that produced. So, sounds complicated, but it's actually really simple. Makes me think of this song. That song is like, da 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 da. She's come undone, da 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 da. And it's like, she's come undone from what? Okay, well, we're at 14 minutes and something. More later on this. This is just thoughts in the middle of the night. From dreams out of somewhere. For something. By someone. Doing something. Spiritual Chuck. Out.